Before we get into it, this video is kind of a follow-up to my Mario Maker 2 concept trailer. In that video, I basically mocked up what I want to see in Mario Maker 2. New features, new themes, etc. Basically, you should watch that if you haven't, because I really like how that video turned out. But you probably have, so just as a quick recap, it's Super Mario Bros. 2 is a theme I want. I want to see co-op level playing, co-op level editing, and I think that was about the main things that I touched upon in that video. However, I got a ton of comments on that saying, oh, this would never work, and this, and this is why. But I don't think that anything I showed off in that trailer is impossible. Do I think it's likely we get to co-op edit levels? Not really, but it's 100% possible and would be very useful, and that's basically what this video is about. On top of that, I'm going to talk about things that I didn't get to mention in that trailer, such as the Super Mario 64 theme in Mario Maker. That would be cool, right? What are my ideas for that? Well, we're just going to cover all that and more in today's Mario Maker 2 discussion, I guess. So with that out of the way, let's get into it. So the main point of that trailer that I uploaded was to showcase that I wanted a Mario Bros. 2 theme. That was like the main thing that was being shown off the most. And a lot of people took issue with that. Now, I'm going to explain why I think it's definitely possible, because I don't think Nintendo would rule it out just for the reasons that people are saying. A lot of people said that the whole turn-up, like picking things up, digging things up from the ground to throw them mechanic is too different from anything else. And while, yeah, it is a different mechanic, that's not going to stop Nintendo. If Nintendo for some reason wanted to advertise Super Mario Bros. 2 and they wanted to put it in as a theme, you gotta understand, there is nothing that would stop them. They make the rules. They are the game developer. They are making the game that we're going to use to make other games within the... You guys get the point. If Nintendo truly wanted a Mario Bros. 2 theme, there would be nothing you could do to stop them. I mean, yeah, they'd have to make maybe some sort of sacrifices or tweaks about the whole picking up thing. However, I also saw a lot of people talking about why vertical levels wouldn't allow for that. And, I mean, we don't know that there's no such thing as vertical levels in Mario Maker 2. I'd assume that they increased the vertical level cap. Maybe they included levels that are 100% vertical, we don't know. And last but not least, there were a lot of levels in Mario Bros. 2 that weren't vertical. I feel like a lot of people think that game is only vertical levels when that's just not the case. The first level opened up with a vertical section, but that vertical section lasted, like 10 seconds if you knew what you were doing? The rest of the level was horizontal, and a lot of the levels were horizontal. On top of that, there are things such as the little twirl you can do mid-air in the new Super Mario Bros. U theme, and the spin jump in Super Mario World that are exclusive to those various game modes. And I know you can spin jump in new Super Mario Bros. U, but you know what I mean. There are various moves that are exclusive to various game modes, and especially with the 3D World game mode coming in, it seems like there are going to be a lot of more exclusive aspects to each theme, because we saw a lot of 3D World enemies that don't necessarily have 2D counterparts. So it looks like with Mario Maker 2, they're making the difference between the level themes even more exacerbated, so there's no reason to say that they couldn't do Super Mario Bros. 2. Yeah, it would probably be the biggest departure, at least in terms of themes, but I mean, you gotta understand that Nintendo isn't not going to do it if they wanted to. There's nothing we could do to stop them if they wanted to add in that theme, and just saying that it's a bit different isn't going to be enough to make them not do it. On top of that, when I introduced co-op level editing, I got a lot of comments saying that that would be a nightmare, and I honestly don't understand how. Sure, if you're level editing with like a friend who just wants to troll you or something, then yeah, that would be painful and not fun, but then you could just not level edit with them. Or alternatively, you could just edit like a troll level with them or something else. I even showed it in the trailer that you didn't have to level edit with multiple people. I mean, I even went through the effort to like mock up a menu and everything, so I don't understand why people like assumed that like level editing with 2 people is automatically bad. I don't understand why you wouldn't want to get the option. It's not like I'm forcing you to always have a friend at your house while you're editing levels. And that would only be bad if your friend was like a troll and just wanted to mess with you and just erased everything you placed down. If you and a friend both had like a creative idea and wanted to get that done, yeah, it took like a lot of manpower, placing different things, play testing, etc. that would be great to have a friend help you place everything down, especially if you could do this level editing online and you could each be looking at separate screens on your Switch. That would be awesome. But a lot of people took issue to that idea. I don't understand exactly why. But yeah, just know that it would be an option if they implemented it the way I wanted them to implement it. And obviously, even if they did implement it now, it would 100% be an option. They're not going to force you to co-op level edit. That just doesn't make sense. On top of that, in the reveal trailer, there was only one person editing the levels. So yeah, no, it's not being forced upon you. Same thing with multiplayer levels. You don't have to make a level that's multiplayer. I was thinking, like, you could set a level to be like, hey, you can play this with 2 people if you want. That way, if you're making a Kaizo level, you don't have to kind of lose all of its challenge just because someone plays it with another person. That would be stupid. I think overall co-op level editing and co-op level playing, at least the way I presented them, would be good solutions to fix Mario Maker's predominantly single-player history. Well, I don't even know why I said predominantly. It's pretty much always been single-player. However, some people took issue with that, and, like, I don't know. Last but not least, I want to talk about some of the things that I didn't actually have time to edit into that trailer that I do really want. So when I was brainstorming out this trailer, I did it way too late, so I couldn't edit in everything, and that's why some of the movements look jank. But originally, I was also going to add in 2 more things. I was going to add in one more theme, being a Super Mario 64 theme, and I was going to add in a world editor. Now, let's go into the Super Mario 64 theme first. I was thinking that this could be a really unique theme, especially now that they added in slopes, which was something that was predominantly featured in Super Mario 64. It's definitely possible. However, it's not super likely, as it is more of a 3D game than Super Mario 3D World. I know that doesn't make sense because, I mean, both the games take place in the 3rd dimension, but you use it more in Super Mario 64. That game was built ground up just to showcase that Mario can move around in 3 directions, where some might argue that Super Mario 3D World is actually trying to emulate a 2D game just within a 3D space. So it would be a lot more difficult for Nintendo to implement, but just as I said with the Mario Bros. 2 segment, that doesn't mean it's impossible. Nothing is impossible for Nintendo. There's nothing that could stop them. If they wanted to put Super Mario 64 in this game, literally nothing could stop them. They would just do it. On top of that, it would be kind of cool maybe if you jumped into a painting at the end instead of the flagpole, or you just collected a star, you know, but that doesn't really make a ton of sense because there's obviously the Starman power-up, which makes you invincible, so what would be the differentiator between those two? Like I said earlier, there's a lot of catch-22, there's a lot of pitfalls. They'd have to, like, you know, mix up some things and change some things for it to make sense, but nothing is impossible for Nintendo. They would do it if they wanted to. The last thing I wanted to add in but didn't get a chance to was a world editor. I really looked into adding this. I wanted to, and I was even planning on making it within the new Super Mario Bros. U style, where you could add in like various stuff, but I just didn't get like the time, I guess, and I couldn't figure out how to make it look somewhat presentable. But basically, I think it would be awesome if you could make your own worlds, I guess. So you could choose from any one of the themes that are already in the game. So you could choose a grass theme, now there's a desert theme and a snow theme. You could choose from those. You could choose from a castle theme, maybe even a ghost house theme. I don't know if that makes sense. Maybe a water level theme, like, I think, what was it, World 4 of New Super Mario Bros. DS. All that stuff would be really cool, and you could draw a path and then place levels on that path. Maybe even make it branching, who knows? If they do end up adding in something like star coins, I guess, something that like is more of an achievement, or they could even use that new achievement system that they added in where we saw like some player had to collect like 10 coins or something. If they added in that, then the world creator could even gate off specific levels unless you beat the previous level with enough like requirements. You could even add in little decorations such as the plants and flowers that twirl in the new Super Mario Bros. U theme. And really, it would just be a great way to tie levels together more. I know Mario Maker 1 had Core Spot, but that always fell a bit short to me. I mean, it just, you're playing these really advanced, fleshed out levels, but then the way you get in between levels is literally just a list saying, this is level 1-1, this is level 1-2, this is level 1-3. You guys get the point. That just always felt so boring to me. And if you could add in your own, like, overworld for these levels, that would just be so cool. I don't think they're gonna add that, as it would by far be the most work out of anything they've done in Mario Maker history, honestly. I mean, it would require an entirely new interface and all that just for a small little cosmetic thing that most players won't spend too much time into. But then again, it is small little details like that which make me love Mario Maker and Nintendo as a whole way too much. So while they won't add in a World Maker or something like that, at least I don't think they will, it would be really, really cool if they did. With that all out of the way, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this Mario 3D World footage. I know that I promised I'd do a video about that game, and don't worry, that video is coming out soon. I just can't figure out a way to make it entertaining, if you will. So I've scrapped it more times than I want to count, honestly. But yeah, like and subscribe if you did enjoy this video, and if you want these Mario Maker things as well. I'm Thomas from the Switch Stop, signing off. Peace.